Hi everybody, it's Christopher Nejman. What am I going to do today? Well, today it's time to feature the black button foot, otherwise known as the leveling foot, on a Janome. And this is an old Janome. This is a Janome MC9000. Yes, they had these black buttons on their machines way back from this era. And it was all in the instruction manual, as I pointed out many times. So, what inspired me to do this video? They're asking on the Janome group, hey, what's the screw on the side of the machine for? On the side of the foot. What is it on the side of the foot? What is that screw? Alright, so I thought, well, I did the black button foot demo on my baby lock. I did the demo on a Juki. And I think it's time to do a demo for the Janome people because they don't know about this. Well, most of them don't. We've seen in the sewing group. So let me do this for you, okay? So this video was inspired by a member on a Janome group who asked, what is that screw on the side of the foot? All right, let's get going. Stay with me. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. First thing first, I've got a spool of jean thread. This is commercial jean thread. And for those who's going to ask what size and everything it is, this is all it has on it. That's all I can tell you. When I ordered it, I ordered jean thread. This is what came in. Alright, next I'm going to use a jeans needle, size 18. Now, let's remember everybody, when we're on these sewing groups, people will say, hey, I'm using a size 18, I'm using a size 12, I'm using a size 14. But no one ever seems to say what type of needle you're using, because there's many different types of needles. And if you're a newbie and you want to learn, I'll post a link in the description box below this video on YouTube so you can watch my video on how to find information on the different brands of needles and the education they have on their websites to show you all about their needles and the type of needles. Okay, so we'll go with that. And now let me set this up. Alright guys, let's get going here. So, let me install my foot. And this is the A foot on the Janomes. It's the A foot. And I believe on the baby lock it's the J foot. I think Juki, I can't remember. I only have one Juki domestic machine. I just recently got that. So, alright, now going to use some old denim here. Okay, this is an old pair of jeans that I cut up. Yeah, these are a pair of jeans that I outgrew after the pandemic. My God, we talk about all of us sitting home and eating and sewing and not getting any activity during the pandemic. We say, oh, this is a great time to really catch up on all the sewing. And as we're sitting there sewing, you know, we don't realize how much food you're consuming, staying at home and not getting out and getting exercise. But these were old pair anyway. These were ready to be tossed or doing something with anyway. So listen, if you guys have old jeans, save the fabric, cut it up and make something out of it. Make a bag out of it, make something out of the old pair of jeans, okay? All right, so now, let me demonstrate this black button foot. All right, so let me start out here. Now, I'm going to take this welt, this flat felt seam here, and I'm going to fold it over some more here. I'm going to make it really thick here. Okay? Now I'm going to come up to it. Now, see what happens? When you come up to it, you're going to get that ski slope effect, just like all the other machines. So you're going to use your knee lifter, lift your foot with your needle down, level the foot, push the black button in on the side till it goes into the hole, keeping your finger on the black button, lower the foot. Now the foot is going to be level. It's no longer having a ski slope effect. Now you're going to sew over this, and it's going to sew right over that thick seam with no problem. And once it goes over that seam, the button will release so it can slide back over it. See how easy that was? Pretty cool, right? And that is in your instruction manual. On all the new Janome machines and even this really old Janome machine. I have a Janome Skyline, same thing. And the Skyline is a 9mm wide foot, so it even gives you more coverage. Alright, so here we go. Let's try this again. I'll start from back here. I'm going to sew. Now I also have this at a 4.0 stitch length. Whenever you're sewing over heavier fabrics with thicker threads, you want a longer stitch length, okay? Alright, so now we're going to get, it's going to get over here. You're going to get to this point here and the ski slope effect. I'm tongue-tied tonight. Alright, push that black button in, lower the foot, and then sew over it. See that? Went right over it, didn't even get hung up. So let's come back the other way. Come back this way, let's go. Level the foot. Level the foot, lower it, and come on over. See that? Pretty cool, right? Let's go over here. Let me make this a little thicker here, because these seams aren't really that thick. There we go, that's better. Alright, lift the foot, level the foot, black button into the hole. It goes in the hole, lower the foot, keeping your finger on the black button, release the black button, it'll stay locked in. And then slowly go over this. Okay? So, you don't have to try to sew fast to go over the hump, right? Well, let me show you this now. Let me take this out, lift the needle, take this out. And you can see in the camera how nice that went over that with no skip stitches. Isn't that great? Can you see that okay? Hope you can. Yep. It went over that with no skip stitches. Right? See if you get a better view on this side. Really nice. Really nice. Now let's do this on my Janome Skyline. Let's do that next. Alright everybody, this is my Janome Skyline S5. This is a sewing only machine. I recently purchased this a few years ago. It does like 170 different decorative stitches. And I had this set up for metallic thread because I've been working on some quilt blocks forever, because I'm not a quilter. But I've been working on quilt blocks forever, and I'm doing metallic thread, which I got to do on these. So this machine always stays up for the metallic stitches. So you know what? Just to show you the capability, I'm going to leave the metallic thread in there. This is a size 14 top stitch needle. And you can see that the foot on this machine is wider. This is a 9mm wide machine. So again, stitch length 4.0, straight stitch. Let's set it up and let's do the test on the black button foot over the flat felt seam on a pair of jeans. Okay? And here's the jeans from the other machine. And now let's go do some more on this one. Alright, let's get started. So now, let's do the testing on this. Okay. Oh, you know what I want to tell you guys. So the 9000 I just demonstrated on, that was made in the early 90s, and this one was made just maybe about what, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe less. I can feel the technology has advanced with mechanics on this machine so much compared to the 9000. 9000 is still a great sewing machine, but I can feel a difference in mechanics with this one. It just seems to have even more of a stronger sewing capability to it. Alright, so there you see it's got the ski slope effect again, right? I'm going to lift the foot with my knee lifter. Make sure that foot is leveled and the needle is down. I lift the foot with the knee lifter and make sure the needle is in a down position. Level this out. Push your finger to press the black button. Move the foot until the black button goes in. Once it goes in, keep your finger on the black button and lower the foot, and now it's level. and it's going to go over that with no issue. See that? And this is metallic thread. Alright, so let's try it over a thicker seam. See that seam? I'm going to double that. Okay, ready? Lift, push till it depresses into the hole, lower, release, sew. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Here's just the seam that was already on there, and it'll go over this. I bet you it'll go over this because this isn't that thick. See, that will go over it. But if you've got a thicker seam, this is what the black button is for. Black button is for. And again, this is known as a leveling foot. We just refer to it as the black button foot because everybody knows it as the black button foot. So let's try this like this. I'm going to fold it over a few times. Okay. Now, up, level, down, go. Look at that. Alright, knee lifter, lift the foot, level the foot, depress the black button until it goes in, keep your finger pushed in on the black button, lower the foot, move your hands away, and you're just going to guide the material now, and then sew. You can sew slowly, see? So, don't go fast when you do these seams, there's no need to. On industrial machines and some of those old vintage machines, you can go really fast. On these computer machines with all this special technical stuff, I wouldn't try it, guys. I wouldn't try it. There you go. Okay, there it is. And there it is. See how nice it went over that seam?
Ah.
See that? Isn't that great? Awesome. I hope this helped you all. I hope this little demonstration made you know how to use this now. And go back and look at your instruction manual and you'll find that the information was there for you all this time. Alright, so this is the instruction manual for my Skyline S5. And this is on page 27. And they show you a picture of, well, a diagram of the foot with the little black button. It says sewing from the edge of thick fabric. The black button on the zigzag foot locks the foot in the horizontal position. This is helpful when you start sewing with from extreme edge of thick fabrics or sewing across a hem. Lower the needle into the fabric at the point where you wish to start sewing. Lower the foot while pushing the black button in. The foot is locked in the horizontal position to avoid slipping. Okay, now let's look at my MC9000 from the early 90s instruction manual. Okay, so this is the instruction manual for my Janome MC9000. Here's the table of contents. Then we look over here, it says straight stitch, buttonhole, and utility. And then right up here in the top right, it says sewing on heavy fabrics, page 14. So let's go down to page 14. This is moving faster than that. This thing moves too fast. Oh, here we go. Okay, here it is. All right, so right here, sewing on heavy fabrics, and here's the black button, and it says the black button foot A will lock the foot in a horizontal position if you push it in before lowering the presser foot. This ensures even feeding at the beginning of the seams and helps when sewing many layers of fabric, such as sewing over welt seams when hemming jeans. When you reach the point of an increased thickness, lower the needle and raise the presser foot. Press in the black button, then lower the foot and continue sewing. This button releases automatically after a few stitches. You know, the instructions for way back in the early 90s seem to be a little more understanding than the ones for the current Skyline S5. But they both make sense to understand how to do it. And let me show you how it should be done so you can have success. Okay, let's move on. Like I showed you, from the 9000 up to my current Skyline Janome, always put that information in there for you guys. You just have to read your manuals. A lot of people out there refuse to read the manuals. So I don't know why, guys, because it's to your benefit, and there's so much education you can learn about your machine just by opening up your manual. Okay? All right, take care. Talk to you all later. Bye.